You know, I'd rather you hear this from me than someone else, but yes, I wear glasses. If you're still here and you're okay with that, then today we're gonna rank some summer 2025 Ninjago sets. I'm gonna rank them by which ones I'm gonna buy first and then which ones I'm gonna buy last if I do buy it at all, because I think it makes the list a little bit more unique. Otherwise, if we just ranked them based on how good they look, they'd basically be the same as everyone else's list for the most part. In the number 10 spot, we have Rogue versus Drix race car duel, retailing for $23. Interesting enough. I mean, I just don't plan on getting the set for a 4 plus set. I think it's pretty fantastic. Jay's car seems to shoot a couple of the bits, and Drix's race car doesn't look too terrible either. I see what they're trying to do, trying to make it more insect-like. Ideally, you would get this for the figures, right? But that's not a complete Rogue. Nia is exclusive to the Temple Bounty for now, I believe, and she doesn't even come in her full form, and the Drix doesn't come with their armor piece either, so what's the point? And I think that was kind of a sketchy move by LEGO. Nia is exclusive to a $200 set. Why not just give her in this 4 plus set? Why do you want to lock a main ninja suit? That's not even like a super exclusive suit, right? This is just a standard suit for the ninja to a $200 set. I would get it if it was like a super powered up version of Nia, but that's not really the case here. Number 9, we have Arin's Battle Mech, retailing for $23 again, interestingly enough, which I think is fine for this style of mech. So we got a Spectral Dragonian. Arin's mech is odd, I think, because I see what they're doing. They're trying to do the black sleeve on one arm, which I think works because we got like a little engine here, I think. But then the other side is asymmetrical, which I think is also fine. But maybe leave out the winglet on this side. The sword is very creative, and I like when they do different weapons with mechs. Baby Ryu is a random inclusion. I would have rather had like another variant of a baby dragon, but whatever. I guess they just wanted to throw it in. Doesn't really mean much. Figures make sense. Arin doesn't come in his full outfit because I don't think that would fit in this mech system they have here. And yeah, it's based on this concept where you can combine mechs with the other mechs of this certain line. I already have 2 of these. I've experienced what this line has to offer, so this set is just not something I'm going to be getting unless it really pops off in the show. Number 8, we have the Guardian Dragon retailing for $150. It is available for pre-order and it'll ship from June 1st, which is interesting. They're trying to spread out the Legends wave and the Ninjago wave so that we don't have to spend all that money on one day, which actually might mean this set should be higher on my list, but if all of this came out on the same day, this is still my list. The Guardian Dragon itself looks really good. I'm hearing rumors that it's stuck in that position where it's constantly arching, and if that's the case, that's a huge miss. I also think that based on what we did see of the Guardian Dragon from the Legend shorts, it just didn't need to be this big of a build. I think they could have easily captured the idea of this dragon at a much cheaper price point at about $100 or $90 and still have the same complexity and beauty of it. Like, not everything needs to be big to be beautiful. It comes with an exclusive poster, which you can kind of see back there. And the Master Wu also looks fantastic. We'll have to see if he actually pops up in the Legends shorts as a canon figure. And overall, my favorite part about this dragon is the head is so proportionally right to the rest of the dragon. Ninjago dragons, even the Source Dragon Emotion, they tend to have more bigger heads, which looks a little bit more cartoonish, and that's a good style to go for. The Source Dragon obviously doesn't look that cartoonish. When they do an even smaller head like this, it looks even more serious, if that makes sense. And I quite like what they're doing with the head in general right here. But yeah, overall, I'm not a fan of that permanent bend in the waist. I wish you could just put it back to a static position and fly it around. And $150 for something that might not be crucial to the main storyline, and then we'll have to see what it does in Legends. I just can't get myself past that. Number 7, we have the Ninja Combat Vehicle retailing for $100, coming out August 1st in the US. And straight off the bat, that's a steep price for what this is. Granted, those bikes look huge compared to a minifigure, and they're very good bikes as well as the flyer. It looks pretty cool. Reminds me of the original Ultrasonic Raider flyer in a way. Figures are also interesting. We got Cole, who's only coming in this set, or the Temple Bounty later on. Wildfire, who doesn't come with their armor for some reason, even though she would fit with her armor piece on, which is, again, such a weird decision because they don't include her armor piece in some other sets later on. Knocked, which is good to see. Again, a Spectral Dragonian, For $100, maybe one or two more would have been great. Frack is a huge sell, while a lot of people will probably get the set. However, they will probably reuse Frack in the next wave. So that's why I don't plan on getting this set unless it really pops off and convinces me otherwise. There's no reason to get this set just for the figures, because the figure I want will come out later. And $100 for this, not even looking at the piece count, it just feels like a lot for 2 bikes and a jet. That's kind of asking a lot. Maybe 80 or 90 would have been fine. I think those were somewhere around what the original prices were. As it stands, great build, and maybe I'll get it if it goes on discount one day, just not something I'm kind of out to get day one or anytime soon. Number 6, we have the Fire Knight Mech for $120, also available for pre-order today. And I like that they're spreading out these releases. That also kind of makes this a little higher on this list than what I originally planned. But nonetheless, the build itself is really good. The sea monster looks so cool. The color scheme looks very vibrant. And especially since this mech is going to be so crucial to the Legends storyline, that just makes me want this even more. This is what Legends is kind of centered on. The Fire Knight mech is a piece of the plot. I mean, most likely every episode of Legends that we'll get. And it's not stuck in a static position like the Guardian Dragon, which is much appreciated. That one highlight pose you can put it in is so glorious. It's just a giant mech stabbing a sea monster in the face. It's very kaiju. It hits me in all the right spots. I was worried about that cape being stuck in that position, but I believe it'd be pretty easy to just take that off, right? I think the designers would have made it easy to take it off, so it can be more like neutral and you can actually play around with it instead of having it in that glorious position all the time. The Master of Fire figure, as they call it, goes super hard, and it's a very ornamental suit for Kai. The Fisher figure also looks good. Poor dude. I hope Kai's able to save him in this situation. But overall, I don't think I mind paying $120 for this. It's not the greatest deal by any means, but it's a really good build, especially like that lantern there. My favorite part about this is you look at this and you see Legends. You see the amalgamation of the story of whatever monstrosity is going to tell. And I've only seen the trailer so far, so I probably feel that even more after I see it. There is an exclusive poster, but I can't find any pictures of what that actually is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty cool as well. Number 5, we have Lloyd's Jet Mech retailing for $110, coming soon on August 1st, as they usually do. You see, this one is just pure awesomeness. The mech form looks very decent, and I mean, you can definitely tell it transforms into something in the mech form. However, the jet form, yeah, I mean, if you really paid attention, you know it transforms, and if you've seen the set name, of course. But that looks like a proper jet, and I kind of got a weak spot for jets, so I'm definitely on board with this. And those sticker detailings with the normal green kind of lining the dark green, that's super cool. It almost makes this jet feel more military grade. It looks super serious even though it's using shades of like pale yellow and stuff all around. Also like that Lego's rule is usually you should be able to see the figure in the mech, and that's why the cockpit's usually not protected, but here they put a transparent window, which I think is probably the best solution to having the best of both worlds. So this dragon that Kerr is riding over here can connect to Thunderfang to make kind of a makeshift spectral Thunderfang. They went a lot more into it than I thought they would. I thought it would just be a couple bones here and there, but this looks like they lean far enough to it to justify getting this set so that you can complete your Thunderfang and kind of imagine him as a spectral Thunderfang. And that is another reason I really want this set. Kerr is super awesome. I did not expect them to do arm printing for him. And again, his design is also one of the ones I like a lot more. It's just so much more of a wackier color scheme. And I like it when they go more colorful and zany. Sora's new suit is definitely a treat. And the Spectral Dragonians, obviously their colors look chaotic. It's supposed to, and I dig that. Lloyd using red in his suit is super rare, but it looks good when they lean into it like this. But yeah, as long as this thing transforms without too many hassles into a jet, we'll be fine. This set is definitely top tier mech right here. I like how they didn't skimp out and actually made this a transforming mech. Unlike Arin's Spinjitzu Battle Mech, which is only a Spinjitzu mech in its name. Other than that, this is just a normal mech. They didn't really lean into any features. Number 4, we have Rontu the Master Dragon retailing for $50 in the US, which straight off the bat, that doesn't feel right at all. But hear me out. The reason it's so high is because I'm kind of imagining myself at the Lego store. I'm not getting this set or the one before day one, right? I mean, that's reserved for the top 2 sets. And I'm imagining that like I'd probably have $50 lying around a lot quicker than $110 for Lloyd's Jet. So that's why I kind of see myself getting this before, because I want to complete my set because I have Eagle and I want Rontu to complete the pack. For figures, it's nothing special. It's Sora, Lloyd, and Zark. If you want these figures, this might be the cheapest way to get them this wave. Wildfire doesn't come with their armor piece again for some reason. It's like the Lego designers like really don't want to put their armor piece in this set. I have no idea what's going on with Rontu's tail there. This set was always gonna be an uphill battle because if this set came first, then when the animation came out, people would have just been like, oh, this is how it looked in the set, but I guess they changed the animation. But now that the animation came out first, now we're gonna look at the set and be like, oh, I guess they changed all this in the set, which is problematic because especially in a build like Rontu, it's not gonna be accurate to the show no matter what, because what they had in the show was very organic and what they have here is very stiff and a lot more masculine looking. It doesn't really look like a quote-unquote girl dragon. The build itself, when you don't consider it's Rontu, looks pretty good, and we don't get purple based dragons a lot. The weirdest part here, right, is that Sora's petting Rontu and then Lloyd scratching the underside of her chin, which is so weird because this is a person, this is a fully sentient master dragon, and they would never do that to Rontu in the show. That's just extremely suspicious that they're doing that here. It also comes with the reveal blade that's using that like transparent red technique to reveal secrets in these runes. Number 3, we have Kai's motorcycle speed race for $10 in the US. This one I can definitely see myself getting on day one because it's not that expensive, and it comes with Kai, who you can only get if you get the Ninja Team combat vehicle, which is $100, which I don't plan on getting, and I don't think this figure is going to be reused at the slightest. Plus, the builds are really good. These bikes hit hard. I mean, if they're doing double bike sets, this scale works really well for this stuff. And you get a Spectral Dragonian. I mean, what more can you ask for the price? But yeah, this set was a really pleasant surprise. If it's canon, that makes this so much better. But I don't think it is. Even if it isn't, I mean, it still stays at the same spot. Number 2, we have Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider retailing for $75. The build turned out a lot better than what the preliminary images were saying. I mean, look at that thing. The dragon's a lot more swoopy, and the mech actually has a cape on that thing. That's insane. And the colors also match a lot better than what they originally looked like they were going to match up like. I really want this set because we haven't gotten a proper J vehicle in so long, and I know this one's going to be super important to the show. This is Rogue's only vehicle. It's probably going to be like the equivalent to Nia Samurai X Mech 2 Rogue. So I really want this. I know I'm going to use it and play around with it a lot, and I know it's going to recreate some awesome memories in the show. My biggest gripe about it is that it's using so much building techniques in the leg that are way too similar to Jiro, the Master Dragon. I mean, look at these legs. They're even using the same pieces for the outside of the dragon. And I don't know if Jiro and Rogue are kind of teaming up here and this is another form of Jiro. That would justify this, but if not, then I kind of wish they did something else for the legs. There's just no point in trying to be so similar. Other than that, you do get Rocks, which is a huge pull. I think she's exclusive to this set right now. $75 looks like it's asking a little too much for a set like this, but I really want it. So again, that price is just something I'm okay with digesting here. And then my most wanted set that I will like buy day one no matter what is the Temple Bounty retailing for $200. And this thing is, for now, probably the best bounty I've ever seen to come out of Ninjago, because it looks a lot like the Ninjago movie bounty, but it can actually fly, and it has the spirit of the show. So this one ends up being my favorite for those reasons. Also, the darker colors with the pale blue smoke going around has such a good atmosphere. It sets such a cool tone for this bounty. Also, I like that there's kind of like a paper dragon going around the top. It looks really cool and unique. My only problem is if you look really close, this segment and that segment don't connect for some reason. And I feel like that was such an easy fix. They don't have to actually connect. They could have made this piece a little bit longer so that that felt better. Because yeah, it disconnects right here and here, but it's the rest of the paper is on something, so it makes sense. But here, if this bit isn't connected to this bit, then this paper would just be sagging down. I know it's a nitpick, but if it's just a small thing that I think could have easily been fixed. It comes with a stand, which is interesting enough. The sails look very ornamental as well, and the interior just has so much to offer this time. And it has very easy access to the interior, so you're definitely going to be using it because you can easily get there. And for the flight function, there is a knob that you kind of switch and these foils open up. I'm going to have to see the show if That actually makes sense to me because I don't see any jets there, so it's more just those things pop up when I guess it goes to fly. I'm not sure what they're trying to do there, but yeah, so much about this I really like. It's very easy access to actually enjoy the interior and put your figures there really quickly or take them out really quickly. Figures aren't anything special. A lot of these are exclusive to the set, which is unfortunate. Wildfire doesn't come with their armor piece again though. For $200 I would have definitely expected them to put more figures in this set, and I can't wait to really get this and get a feel for how much space there is in the interior of this bounty, because I feel like there's a lot more going on than they're showing us in the pictures. And that is all for my video ranking the summer 2025 Ninjago sets. A lot of stuff does shift around because I didn't know a lot of these sets would be available for pre-order, so I will be buying maybe like the Fire Knight mech a lot earlier than the Temple bounty. Comment down below what your ranking is. What are you getting day one? What would you ideally want? What's your overall thoughts on this wave as well? And as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.